But nothing says that it's fair, but that don't mean that the county commissions has to listen to any of that. It's not our job to determine that, and I'm not gonna sit here and do that.
Okay.
And you're not gonna inject that.
Okay, well, here's my question then. Because of what's went on, I request that the 4 county commissioners and Mr. Whitten do the honorable thing and resign from your positions, to which the citizens of Lincoln County have entrusted you. So, and, you know, the election controversy speaks for itself. So, and since an examination of the facts shows that Mr. Bowman participated in this scheme, I'm further asked that Sheriff Bowman do the honorable thing and resign also. But I can tell you, gentlemen, that I'm here today to respectfully ask you to do the decent right thing. I'm making no threats, but stating facts. And if you refuse to do what's right, the citizens of Lincoln County are prepared to move
I will
forward.
always do what's right for Lincoln County.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm just trying to do what's right
Well,
too.
and you've had your 5 minutes of
So,
fame, so thank you.
I didn't want 5
Thank
minutes
you.
of fame. I wanted the truth to come out.
Well-
And I'm just, as a citizen, I have the right to ask you to resign.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
You can't have no truth.
The next thing on the agenda is versus Sims.
Welcome, Darcy.
Thank you. It's not going to cooperate.
Now you're not going to throw me out. I've heard a lot
Well,
of.
I don't know, it depends on what you've got to say. There's no guarantees around here, this is a court of the county commission, it is a court.
Right.
And you'll be run like a court, so just keep that in mind as you progress.
Okay. I have heard a lot about the districting in the last few days and the last few weeks. And takes me back to 2008 when I came before the commission asking, you know, who represented us. And first I went to Tracy Dempsey. Then I came before the commission. I went to Donald. Nobody could give me a map. And I see in West Virginia Code 5E says the county commission shall keep available at all times during business hours in the courthouse in a convenient place for public inspection, a map or maps of the county and municipalities with the current boundaries of all precincts. And that was never made available to us, but I'm getting
It's
back.
always been posted in the county clerk's room, in the
Well,
records room.
But you know yourself, Charles, that was before, and nobody could answer my question,
No,
nobody
I do
ever.
not know that now. Don't put words in my mouth, man. You can say what you
Well,
want,
it was,
don't put words in my mouth.
well, it was a record before
No,
the
ma'am.
commission.
It was here, and if you didn't find it, guess whose fault? Yours.
Well, when the clerk told me that he didn't have it, Tracy did not know,
Well, I haven't
so.
heard that. I'm just telling you that it was there, and you never did ask me to show you that map, or I could have shown it.
Well, sir, you're the president of the commission. When I come before the commission asking that, I would assume that you are gonna take charge and make sure that happens.
You soon grown on that one, didn't you?
Absolutely, I did, yeah. So if you go to the West Virginia Census, which is federal, our map says that we have 8 districts.
Are you back to
Yeah.
that?
I
That's
am.
history. We have 6 magisterial districts determined by the Lincoln County Commission back in the 80s.
Well, sir,
I don't care what you have, I'm telling you what's there.
the West Virginia State Code says that 11.3-1A, magisterial districts are tax district. That was the legislative finding in 2009. I pulled the census map together. I am getting back to the representation. They say Jefferson and Union does not exist.
They're taxmen, on the
I
tax
have-
maps they do,
Well, I absolutely agree
but
with
not
that.
magisterial.
But where the census, Public Law 94-171 drives all the funding for our districts. Now, how many times have I been before the commission on our roads and our water and lack thereof? If they're not a legal entity, then where do they fall in the scope of funding that's filtered down through your?
What are you talking about? I think you're talking, something you don't, what you're talking about. I just got through telling you that Jefferson and Union, part of Union, fall in a magisterial district of Duval, and any funds that come would go wherever they are needed based upon whomever asks, whether it be a PSD or Department of Highways or whomever.
So the federal government, with this 2010 boundary and survey tax map that has all of the legal entities, all 8 districts, this is not applicable to
Well,
us. I don't understand.
I know
I
you
guess
don't.
what I'm saying, Charles, I think since there is so much confusion on this, I would ask the county commission to have somebody from districting come and explain to the citizens of Lincoln County what is a legal entity and what isn't. Because if the government doesn't know what they're doing, how would you expect the citizens to know where we live? Because I live in Jefferson District, so my tax is.
You don't live in Jefferson District. You own property in Jefferson District.
I'd have
You
nothing to
live in
tell.
Columbus.
Excuse me, sir. I live in West Virginia. I do everything in West Virginia except vote that you do, Charles, and you know that.
I don't.
I spend half of my time in Lincoln
What
County.
kind of tags you have on your car? West
Tax
Virginia or
doesn't mean
Ohio?
it. I have a car in,
Ohio or West Virginia.
that's right.
Well, now, your problem you got here, we're not gonna be able to solve that for you. Now, if you wanna go to court and get it solved.
I don't want to go to court. I want you to do the
I'm
right
already
thing.
convinced that we have 6 magisterial districts, and I don't need any more information than that. This county commission's got an order they entered back in the 80s that said so. I'm a county commissioner, I'm gonna follow the orders of the county commission.
Okay, let's
If you
go.
wanna go to court and prove us wrong, I always do what the court
I don't want to go
says.
to court. Let's move to the next thing. The PSD board just ran an ad
You
in
just got
May.
5 minutes, so just.
Okay, they just ran an ad to expand Jefferson District and Union District. They went through the procedural rules of posting it in 10 conspicuous places that they were expanding the territory of Jefferson Union District. So when they diminished the districts of Jefferson and Union, wouldn't they have posted those in a conspicuous place so people would have known? So I'm requesting under the Freedom of Information Act as well, all of the orders in 1983 or 86, whenever it was, where those were posted, where the legal ad was ran, and the maps to tell us that we no longer
We'll
existed, that
provide
we
you
were
whatever
becoming one.
information the record shows. Can't guarantee you what that'll be. Whatever's on file, that's what you'll get.
All right, I'm requesting that under the Freedom of Information Act,
Put it in writing.
because I would like to know where
Put it in
I,
writing what you want. And we'll send you the information that we get.
so the federal government doesn't know what they're doing. They have these on here, and we don't exist,
Yeah, I
right?
ain't saying, we're talking about tax maps versus magisterial district.
But you're telling me I have to file a lawsuit.
If you're not happy with the answer I gave you, because that's the only answer you're gonna get from me. Just because it don't agree with what you asked, that's just, if you don't like it. you
Charles,
go
I'm
to-
not asking, I'm asking for clarification
I-
of a
what did I tell
federal
you?
map.
I told you there's, in the 80s, the Lincoln County Commission determined, due to census information, that we would have 6